Hey, all you single ladies and single guys out there, are you ready to take your power back in dating, in relationships? Are you sick and tired of the current dating culture? Are you frustrated with dating apps that are nothing more than a hookup culture, and frustrated with dating coaches who give you maybe some good and well-meaning advice, but it's just not working for you in real life? Are you tired of hearing the words high value, high quality, but not knowing where to even find it if it exists? Well, me too. And if you are frustrated with all of these things or one or more, just stick with me, because I'm going to tell you my story, tell you what I found, and some things I found to solve this current dating culture that has so many of us disillusioned and giving up on love altogether. So I went on a journey about 4 years ago. I had lost my husband of 21 years suddenly and unexpectedly overnight. And like everyone else who's newly single, I hesitantly ventured out into the dating world and found it was a hot mess. So I wanted to find some answers to some of the problems I was seeing. And so I went on a journey and I started talking to men and women who were also single and finding out what the problems were and some of the answers I wanted to find that I'll share with you today if you stick with me to the end. So first of all, the men were saying it was hard for them to find a strong woman who was financially independent, taking good care of herself, and secure in who she was, but who was not a gold digger or who was not playing games. And both sides that I interviewed were saying some of the same things, but a little bit differently. What the women were saying is they wanted to find a man who was financially secure or financially stable, but also emotionally available, and not someone who was just looking for a hookup, not somebody who was like a player or a narcissist. And on both sides, we had a lot of people that were experiencing game playing and narcissistic behavior. So these are some of the questions I set out and I wanted to find answers to. And I'm going to share with you some of the answers I found. So at the time, I was a financial advisor because my husband had taught me about finances a few years before he died, and that information would end up saving my life. And so part of my mission was to help educate women to be financially independent, because some of them I found were stuck in toxic or abusive relationships simply because they were tied to the money and didn't know how to support themselves. But then it turned into a bigger mission. Financial advising wasn't really my passion, it was more of my husband's, but it did save my future. But I was more interested in life coaching and talking about the relationship piece. So I listened to story after story, and I desperately wanted to solve these problems, this disconnect between what both sexes wanted but couldn't find, but I didn't know how yet. So then I started a journey of becoming a certified life coach and researching the life coaches out there in the field, as well as the advice that was prevalent. And I found two basic schools of thought or advice that was being given out there. The first camp of coaching was made up of advice that was little more than gimmicks, tricks, and games, advice on how you could hook the guy or girl by playing this game or that game, by pretending to be unavailable, by applying these little tricks, really. And this kind of frustrated me because it was little more than game playing and manipulation, and I believe it's partly responsible for breeding more of the narcissistic culture that we see. I'll explain that later. So being an authentic and genuine person who values honesty, and I hate game playing, I hated this type of approach and this type of advice. Then I found the other camp that was pretty much the opposite, and I liked this camp a little better. But I just want to ask you a question right now before I get into that. Are you sick of being told what you need to do and what rules you need to play by and how you need to wait so long to respond to texts, and you need to act like you're unavailable more often, and you need to be more feminine, and you need to change into something that doesn't vibe with you? What about what you want? Why is it all about what they want? What about what you want and learning to be authentic and still attract the real thing? How's this type of advice working? These games need to stop, in my opinion. What is this bad advice doing to the current dating culture? It's breeding more narcissism. It's causing more hurt and trauma that takes some people years to recover from if they do at all. And it's causing people to give up on relationships and love altogether. It's really sad. Are you ready to take your power back and stop the game playing? Then stick with me. I'm going to talk about the second school. So the second camp of life coaches, the second school of thought, was actually quite the opposite, and I liked it better. It was more authentic. Basically, in essence, these life coaches were saying, let's stop the game playing, don't date someone who's playing games, become a high-value man or woman. Does this sound familiar? Well, I liked this advice because, I think of myself as a high-value woman, and so I started finding and exploring what that meant, and I set on the journey to become what I wanted to attract. problem is, all of us high-value women, we weren't finding those high-value men. So, and probably some of you men feel the same way, as you still were finding women playing games, or, you know, where do you find these people? So I actually had an aha moment when I was scrolling through one of these life coaches feeds, and I saw a girl on the page, on the feed in social media, who asked the right question. And she said, yeah, but where do you go to find these high-value men? Boom, that was the right question. And what I didn't realize is, like a light bulb that came on, I already had the answer and I didn't even know it, but there it was, staring me straight in the face. We are going to build these type of people. And I was already building these type of high-value men and women through the app I had started during lockdown, and it's called 3WAYFIT. And I was teaching men and women to develop themselves in 3 areas: in their physical health, become financially stable. I was failing in my finances and had to learn how to support myself overnight after I lost my husband. And the 3rd area, find people who are really serious about relationships, not just hooking up, not just playing games, but they value relationships, and they're willing to work on relationships, and they're willing to do what it takes to make a relationship succeed. So we were already building these types of people. Now stay with me here, because this is exciting actually. We are breeding high-value, high-quality men and women who are actively working on themselves in all 3 areas at 3WAYFIT, because at 3WAYFIT, our core values, our 3 pillars are what I just told you: physical health and wellness. They're working every day on their bodies to become as healthy and fit as they can be. They're working on their finances, and they're working on being a better partner. So, why do we need to build it? Because we all need accountability, and we all need a plan. So why do people spend so much time and money planning a wedding that lasts one day, and yet they fail to plan for a successful relationship? I mean, we spend more time and money planning a vacation than we do working on our relationships, and then we wonder why they fail. I mean, would you spend any other area of your life that way and not have a plan and not invest in it and expect it to succeed? What about you business owners? If you didn't have a plan, would you expect that business to succeed, or would you expect it to fail? What about your bodies? Those of you who are working on these great hot bodies, would you expect to have a great body without a plan, without an action plan to be successful? So why do we treat our relationships differently than every other area of our lives? We just magically hope it'll work out. We're relying on chemistry alone, and we wonder why we're failing. It's not that people plan to fail, it's that they fail to plan, and so they fail by default. So I want to help bridge the gap. I want to build a community like this, not just on my app. I do have an app, 3WAYFIT, but I want to build a Facebook social community and branch out from there. And I want to bridge the gap to all of these frustrations. So I'll be interviewing clients to join this exclusive group and community. Only those who are really serious. This isn't for everybody. And it will only be for those who are serious about all 3 areas. We're forming a private community now. And you can become a 3WAYFIT babe or boss if you qualify. All free when you join the 3WAYFIT app community. Healthy relationships are the core pillar of what 3WAYFIT is about. I'll talk more specifically about financial fitness and physical fitness in some other videos, but I just want you to know that if you're ready to take the next step, I'm your coach. So if you stuck with me this far, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to offer today. It's going to be a limited time only, and it's going to be just for this exclusive group. But here's what I'm offering, okay? The first thing is a 1-year VIP subscription lock-in initial rate to my 3WAYFIT app. Value is $1,200. Bonus 1, you're going to get 50% off customized Zoom live one-on-one financial coachings with me. You can save up to $2,400 a year with this offer. It'll be limited to once-a-week coachings. Bonus 2, 50% off customized Zoom live workouts with me or with a group of your choice. Value up to $2,400 per year. Bonus number 3, 50% off customized relationship coaching with me. Value up to $2,400 per year. Limited to 1 slot per week for the first 50 people who sign up. And bonus 4, a free copy of my book that I wrote last year called The Purpose-Driven Power Couple. Value $14.99. Bonus number 5, a private Facebook community of 3WAYFIT bosses and babes who are accountable, cheering each other on, and sharing your success stories with each other. Who knows? This type of community could replace current dating apps where it's a single community of high-value individuals where you just might find your perfect match without looking for it. So, does this sound good to you? A 1-year subscription to my app. If auto-pay, you can lock in this initial subscription rate for a lifetime, value up to $1,200 per year. In the 3WAYFIT app, you will find a 6-week challenge to start you off, strength workouts, core cardio workouts, dance cardio workouts, Latin body isolation techniques, upper and lower body workouts, poolside and beach workouts, yoga and stretch workouts, and couples workouts, a financial fitness section, a nutrition section with different types of diets and eating plans because one is not right for everyone, a relationship planner. Think beyond a wedding planner. And if you need to get prepared to have a great relationship, I'll coach you each step of the way. Plus, I'll be adding more content each month to keep it fresh, and I have different trainers that will be assisting. So, all of this for a low price of $49 a month. That's less than $2 a day to invest in yourself to become healthy, wealthy, and relationship ready. All this for $49 a month, $2 a day. I mean, are you ready to invest in yourself? Are you ready to take your power back? Are you ready to do something that works for you and makes you that high value person you always wanted to be? Well, if you're ready to take those baby steps, simply click on the link below and let's get started, and I'm ready to be your coach. Thank you.